Today, we're talking about what the research says really makes for a happy couple and the one small thing you can do today to actually live it.
Life is beautiful.
Before we get into today's episode, though, quick trivia question for you, Nick. How many Great Lakes are there?
I got no idea.
The answer is 5.
Five?
Five-star Friday. You know what time it is. It is 5-star Friday, which basically means that we are going to ask you to do us a huge favor. If you've been listening to the show and enjoying it, if you could take just 5 seconds to leave us a 5-star rating wherever you podcast, we would really, 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 truly, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It helps other people who come to the show look at those ratings and say, okay, this show must be something pretty good because other people think it's pretty good, right? So
Yeah.
if you could do that, we'd really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. And back to today's regularly scheduled program.
All right, so there was a brand new study that just came out of the University of Illinois. It actually just came out in February of 2026. So this is hot off the presses.
Hot off the press.
Modern research, okay? This study was trying to answer a very important question, which is what separates the happy couples from the ones who are falling apart?
It's a great question.
And they surveyed 600 people all over the country. Average age was 39. Most of them had kids. So these were like everyday couples that are very relatable, living stressed out lives, all different walks of lives, right? And here's what they found. The couples who scored the best weren't the ones with the most date nights or the fanciest vacations. They were the ones who did something the researchers called joint savoring.
What is this?
What is this? It is a fancy way of saying they slowed down and actually soaked in the good moments that they were already having together. And the couples who reported this joint savoring experienced more satisfaction, less fighting, and way more confidence that they'd actually go the distance into their marriage.
So, joint savoring is slowing down and actually soaking in the good moments that they were already having together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on this study?
I think I think it makes sense. I don't know if it could be all attributed to that one thing, like, that the good couples, that was the one thing, but I do think it's a very important element. So it shouldn't just be thrown by the wayside. I think it is very true. Like
Do you practice
when
this?
well, I was going to say, when I think about my relationship with Amanda, when me and her in that state of really appreciating the moments that we have. And it's happened a lot now with Alessia because it feels like time, our daughter at home, it feels like time is going really fast. And when me and her just stop and just look at her and are just mindful of this moment that we're really having right now with this little baby girl that's growing up right in front of us, I do feel our connection is strong and happiest. That's definitely true.
Yeah, for this one, it kind of shook me up a little bit because me and my wife are both doers and
Mhm.
we are just like psychopathic productivity savage animals where we always just want to be getting things done.
Mhm.
And that's a beautiful thing. We get a lot of things done. But there are times where time is going too fast because we're always just doing the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And I feel like even planning vacations, it's like, let's plan this vacation and get it done. It's like, no, let's actually slow down. Let's enjoy this meal together at dinner. And let's enjoy this date night. I just feel like we're always rushing to the next thing and the
Well,
next thing and the next thing. And I'm not truly savoring those moments. And I feel like having a child is probably a cheat code because they're so present and so like
yeah.
innocent. And it kind of default modes you into that slowing down and savoring. But until I have one, it's definitely challenging to savor those
One
moments.
thing that Amanda and I did though before having kids that you might want to steal, which was helpful for us, was this this ritual of having coffee in the morning together,
Hmm.
but not
You're
breakfast.
the second couple that has told us this.
Yeah,
Okay, go on.
not just like breakfast, but actually having a cup of coffee together in the morning with nothing
Now, is
else.
this a cup of coffee or is this a cup or is this a cup of coffee?
A cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee. You just have to have a cup of coffee together.
No, you do, and there's this really beautiful ritual to the aroma associated with it, the slowness that you need to drink the coffee with because it is so hot, and just being present in that moment in the morning together is really a special time.
Yeah, I think that's a great one. I definitely think coffee is a great is a great ritual to slow things down.
Or tea,
I
whatever's
think
your cup of
another
tea.
thing to pull out of this for me personally is I feel like a lot of times we think we need to put more into our lives. Like we need more vacations, fancier vacations, more date nights. But it's really not true. You don't need more. Like for example, me and Danielle, my wife, went on a 1 year anniversary trip to Hawaii,
Mhm.
and we spent a ton of money on this trip. It's first of all, it's very far from New York, so the travel alone is very expensive. The hotel was expensive, the food was everything there is extremely expensive. This was a big trip financially. And I got to say, it was one of my least favorite trips I've ever been on.
Really?
It was my least one of my least favorite trips I've ever been on.
Why?
I just don't feel like we were savoring each other. It just like there was not a lot of connection happening. I mean, there was connection happening, but it just like the point I'm trying to get at was the money and location was great, but like there was not like many memories made there together. Like it's not one that I look back on and say, "Wow, that was like I really savored that vacation."
Yeah.
But in February, we just went to the Dolomites in Italy and we went skiing and it was like 10 times cheaper than going to Hawaii, and it was my favorite vacation of all time. We were so connected. We had so many magic moments. We were just more present with each other. And so, I don't know. I just think that like we think sometimes we need like these big fancy things or we need like that night out with our significant other, but really all we need is to enjoy the Tuesday
Yeah.
night dinner right in front of
It
us.
reminds me of that story we once told about that venture capitalist who was like on his balcony looking out at the ocean. And he's like, "Oh man, this is really beautiful. You know what would make this really great? If I got like a cup of scotch." And he's like, "Oh, then he gets the cup of scotch and he's like, "Oh, this is really amazing. Look at this." And he's like, "But you know what would make it even better? If I got like a nice cigar right now." And he goes and he gets a cigar. And then you know what would make it even better? If there was like some good music playing in the background. So he goes to get his speaker. And then eventually he's like, holy shit, I just getting all these things. I could have just been sitting here really cherishing this beautiful moment
Yep.
without having to try to add all this other shit. It's beautiful.
Yep. Yep. I love that story. And I think it's really nailing down this singular idea, whether you're in a couple or in a relationship or not, this is true for any of us. And it's Ferris Bueller said it best. He says, life moves pretty fast. And if you don't stop to look around once in a while, you'll miss it. So I think the call to action for today is to savor a moment by coming fully into it. And I think one of the biggest lessons we learned from reading The Power of Now and from Eckhart Tolle, the mindful guru, is that using your five senses is one of the best ways to savor that moment and to come fully into it. It's a hack. So I'm going to do a quick little five senses guided, somewhat meditation thing for us to ground ourselves into this moment and savor this moment right here so that we can savor more moments throughout the day.
Let's do it.
So the first one we're going to use is our sense of touch. And
Okay.
we're going to feel the weight of our body sitting or standing or walking, whatever it is that you're doing right now. Just feel the weight of your feet on the floor or your butt on the seat. Next thing we're going to use is our hearing. So just allow any sounds happening around you, becoming aware of them, paying attention to faraway sounds, close sounds, sound of my voice. Next one we're going to use is our sight. So pay attention to what your eyes are seeing and looking at, taking in your peripheral vision, whatever you're focused on right now. Next thing is smell, being aware if there's any smells in the room. Right now, Nick smells like poop. And last one is taste. See if there's any taste going on. Maybe not, but it doesn't matter. By now, you are fully in the moment and you are fully here savoring this one life that you have. So go out and continue to savor it because life is precious. And you never know when you won't have another one.
That was great. I felt very in the moment. One thing I will end with here is that I've heard this said by a football coach once, and it was in regards to when you're playing out on the field, which is be where your feet are.
Mm.
And I think it's very relevant for all of life. So today, when you're out in the world, be where your feet are. And that will allow you to be in that moment and savor that moment because, like you said, it's the only thing we ever have.
I love that.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. Love you.
Peace.